beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
Hello and welcome. You are listening to A Beautiful Legacy. I'm your host, Tiago Pinto, and this is your short moment to look at the objects, systems, graphics, and ideas that shaped how we live, shop, work, and move. In this chapter, we are exploring legacy through specific works, because sometimes an entire cultural shift can be compressed into a simple symbol. Most sports logos identify a team. The NBA logo did something larger. It taught the world what basketball looks like. A red and blue rectangle, a white silhouette, one player moving across space. The design feels almost inevitable today, so familiar that it no longer appears designed at all. Yet behind that simple image lies one of the most successful acts of visual branding ever created. Not because it represents basketball, but because it helped transform basketball into a global culture. This is the legacy of the NBA logo.
Beautiful legacy.
In the 1960s, professional basketball was growing, but it was not yet the cultural giant we know today. Baseball remained America's national pastime. American football was expanding rapidly. Television on its own was beginning to reshape entertainment, turning local events into national experiences. Sport was changing altogether. Leagues were discovering that they were no longer simply organizing games. They were producing media. And media needs symbols. The NBA had talented players, ambitious owners, and growing audiences. What it lacked was a unified identity, capable of connecting all those pieces together. The league existed as a collection of franchises. What it needed was a face, a symbol that could travel beyond arenas and scoreboards, something that could appear on television broadcasts, magazine covers, posters, merchandise, and eventually around the world as it is today. The challenge was not designing a logo. The challenge was designing legitimacy. The NBA needed to look established, modern, and recognizable. It needed an identity powerful enough to represent the future of basketball itself. The man chosen to solve that challenge was Alan Siegel. At first glance, he seemed like an unlikely candidate. He was not a basketball player. He was not even known for designing sports identities. Instead, Siegel built his career around clarity. His work focused on simplifying complex systems and making organizations easier to understand. His philosophy was remarkably straightforward. When people understand something instantly, they trust it. That idea would shape countless branding projects throughout his career. In 1969, the NBA approached him to create a visual identity that could unify the league. Siegel looked at what already worked. Major League Baseball had recently adopted a successful logo featuring a silhouetted athlete placed within a red, white, and blue composition. That structure was clear, recognizable, flexible. But basketball presented a different challenge. Baseball is often a game of pauses. Basketball is a game of movement. The NBA logo would need to capture energy, rhythm, and motion within a single image. A static symbol would never be enough. The logo had to feel alive. The solution arrived through a photograph. Siegel discovered an image of Jerry West dribbling the basketball. West was one of the league's greatest players, but that alone was not why the photograph worked. What mattered was the posture. The image contained balance, elegance, and momentum. The body leaned naturally forward. The ball occupied exactly the right position. Every line seemed to suggest movement. It was basketball reduced to its essence. One player, one ball, one gesture. Siegel transformed the photograph into a silhouette and placed it between two vertical fields of color, red on one side, blue on the other, white at the center. The result felt immediate, simple enough to recognize instantly, distinct enough to remember forever. Yet, one curious decision shaped the logo's mythology. The NBA rarely acknowledged that the figure was Jerry West. The league preferred the symbol to represent basketball itself, rather than a specific athlete. Officially, the logo belonged to everyone. Unofficially, almost everyone knew who it was. The result became one of the most fascinating paradoxes in branding. The most famous anonymous athlete in the world. The timing could not have been better. As the logo spread, basketball itself was entering a period of explosive growth. Television expanded, merchandising exploded, athletes became celebrities. The NBA identity appeared everywhere. On courts, on uniforms, on magazines, on trading cards, on television graphics, on video games, on shoes, on posters hanging in bedrooms across continents. The logo stopped functioning merely as the mark of a sports league. It became a cultural signal. By the 1980s and the 1990s, basketball had moved beyond sport. It became intertwined with music, fashion, youth culture, and global aspiration. The rise of stars like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, the all-time greatest Laker Kobe Bryant, and later LeBron James transformed players into worldwide icons. Through all those changes, the logo remained unchanged, stable, consistent, timeless. And that's the important consistency. Great identities create continuity while everything around them evolves. Generations changed, the logo stayed. And with every passing decade, its authority grew stronger. The world we inherited from the NBA logo. Today, it feels normal for sports organizations to operate like global brands. Teams launch lifestyle collections. Athletes build media companies. Leagues produce documentaries, digital platforms, and entertainment ecosystems. But that world was not inevitable. It had to be invented. The NBA logo demonstrates how powerful a unified visual identity could become. It showed that a league could be more than a competition. It could become a platform for culture, a symbol recognized far beyond the boundaries of sport. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the logo is how little information it contains. There is no city, no team, no championship trophy, no slogan, no explanation, just a figure moving forward. And somehow, that is enough, because the logo captures something deeper than basketball itself. It captures aspiration, motion, progress, the possibility of becoming something greater than you are today. That idea travels easily across languages, countries, and generations, which is why the symbol continues to work more than half a century after its creation. Not because people remember the designer, not because people know the story of Jerry West, but because they instantly understand the feeling.
Beautiful legacy. legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
The NBA logo contains remarkably little: a silhouette, a ball, a movement frozen in time. Yet, inside that simplicity lives one of the most successful branding stories ever created. A design that survived changing fashions, changing technologies, changing players, and changing media. Because ultimately, the logo was never really about Jerry West or even basketball. The logo was about movement. The idea that a single human gesture could represent ambition, progress, and possibility. And in doing so, it helped transform a sports league into a global cultural language. That's an extraordinary achievement for any piece of graphic design. And that, truly, is a beautiful legacy.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of.
You've been listening to A Beautiful Legacy. In this new chapter, we are exploring legacy through specific works, objects, rooms, systems, graphics, and ideas that change the way we live. If this episode shifted how you think about sport, branding, or the hidden influence of visual identities, follow the show and join me for the next episode. Until then, keep noticing the beauty people leave behind.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were. In the shape of a chair, in the light on a wall, someone's dream still stands tall. But